This was a very different outbreak. The deadly Ebola virus devastating communities in Africa. Now a drug used to save lives over there is bringing hope to COVID patients over here.
This is probably the biggest step forward in the treatment of coronavirus since the crisis began. These are very early steps, but we're determined to support the science and back the projects that show promise.
Remdesivir is a broad-spectrum antiviral drug. It was originally produced as a treatment for hepatitis C, but trials in the United States have found it to be effective in destroying a part of the coronavirus to stop it reproducing. It has shortened recovery time in some patients by up to 4 days. The drug has been fast-tracked for use in America, where it's been compared to the breakthrough drugs used to treat HIV.
It's the first step in what we project will be better and better drugs coming along, either alone or in combination, drugs of this type and drugs addressing other targets of the virus. So it's good news, but I was very serious when I said this is not the total answer by any means, but it's a very important first step.
While the search for the vaccine continues, Remdesivir is the closest thing doctors have to a cure or treatment for the disease.
Very few drugs for very few diseases have really dramatic benefits. And when we look back at HIV, we found that even though individual drugs worked quite well, the real way to make a big difference was using combinations of drugs. And my view is that it's likely that combinations of drugs will prove to be most beneficial. But we can't throw our hands up and say this is the end of the road.
Clinical trials are continuing here, but the international evidence seems to have convinced the government to make Remdesivir the first medicine approved for coronavirus patients in Britain. But only a few selected patients will be given the drug. The government won't say how many or how soon. Matt Hancock is clearly very excited about this development, but we need to temper our expectations. That's because Remdesivir is in extremely short supply. Its producer, Gilead Sciences, said it was increasing the global supply, but it expected availability to be extremely limited for the next few months. There are many drugs being trialled and tested, but it looks like Remdesivir is the one that offers the best hope. Until a vaccine is found, it may be the only hope. Ashish Joshi, Sky News.